So welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be sorting out the Mark 1. So when I was swapping the cars over to go to Germany, the Mark 1 had a battery light on the way over, but luckily I was close enough to get it to drop it off. So let's see whether that light is still on, which, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't matter if it is still on or off, I'm going to sort it out anyway. So let's just have a quick look. Yeah, one battery light. So I would say probably about 90% of the time it is going to be the voltage regulator on the side of the alternator, which I have got. So we're going to be changing that. So hopefully that will sort it out, because it'd be nice to get this car back out again on the road. So what we need to do is remove these trims, remove this. It's a shame it didn't pack up when we had the inlet all off, because that would have made life so much easier. But it is what it is, so let's just do it, innit, really? It's not really else we can do, just got to crack on with it.
So first things first, remove the battery cover, check the fuses and disconnected the battery. Then I started removing all of the plastic trim to gain as much access as possible to get to the alternator. I use an Allen key to remove this trim, which I have done every time I've removed it, because there's two little Allen key bits underneath there, because these top bolts are always absolutely battered. So one goes in there and the other one there. Then you can undo those two hex bolts and it removes that cover. With that cover now removed, we can see the alternator nice and clear. So I unplug the connector, remove the little plastic dust cap, and then get a 13mm and crack off the first nut. And move the cable out of the way. And then we need to remove the second 13mm nut. Like so. And then there's a 15mm nut. So remove that as well. So with those both removed, the plastic trim does have some flex now. You can remove the bottom screw, but there is a coolant pipe in the way. So I just removed 3 screws, one on the left, one on the right and one on the lower left. You'll see them when you pull back the cover. So with the screws all removed, you can literally just pull the regulator straight out. So now comparing the old regulator and the new one, you can see how much longer the prongs are on the new one compared to the old one, when they've just worn out after all these years. So now just do the reverse of what you've already done when you removed it. So place the regulator back in. Make sure the prongs are going in the slot. It will only go in one way anyway. And put all the screws back in. Put all the bolts on. Connect everything back up. All the plugs back in. The cable back on. And reconnect the battery. And there you are, job done.
Right, we have power now, so let's see whether that voltage regulator, oh, let's plug everything else back in. So everything's plugged back in, won't put everything back together until we know it's fixed. Right, let's see what happens. There we go. Let's test it again. Battery light comes on. Sorted. So it looks like it is just a regulator, and that's what they say, 90% of the time it is just that regulator. So if you have a look at the one we replaced, you can see how small these are compared to the one we just fitted, the new one. So that is job done, and obviously no need to take the alternator out. Just take that trim off, gain access there, and you can do everything there. So I'll get all that all put back together. We'll take it out for a drive just to make sure it is definitely fixed, but so far it's looking good, no battery light.
So the alternator is pushing out a nice healthy 14.2 volts. Happy days. So far so good, no battery light. So now let's get it onto the road. So far so good, no battery light, so I think changing that regulator has definitely sorted the issue. And I did put a new alternator belt on as well while I was there. And to be fair, it probably took me longer to do the alternator belt than it took me to put the regulator on. So as you see in the video, you don't need to remove the alternator to do the regulator. You can do it on the car, just obviously remove some of the plastics so you've made some space for it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.